Hi Librans, this is Star with Ariana Stark. This is your monthly podcast for June 2023. Like always, I will rely on tarot for your overall messages and I'm also using some oracle cards. Librans, please keep in mind that these are all random messages and they may not be in any particular order. So please take whatever resonates with your story and leave the rest. Let's just dive into your reading, Librans. The energy that you're carrying in from May into June 2023 is the Eight of Swords. Possibly, the Swords energy, which is your energy, allowed you to make gains. It made you progress quickly. Your mind was also very active and alert. But you also needed to be careful because this lady, she seems to be surrounded by swords. So something is definitely going to be brewing in the background, which is going to affect you. Maybe you should also be careful of jealous colleagues. Aura cleansing would have benefited you. Incidentally, I also feel Librans at this time you were also socializing. Your health also needed attention. Obstacles to overcome this month, the challenges, we have the Queen of Cups. I think this is in the challenge position. So you need to get a grip on your temperament. Maybe you're going to be someone who is very sensitive, emotional, intuitive. So follow your intuition, but let not your poise desert you. I think you may also be getting worked up on account of problems at home or within the work environment. There could also be trouble with the female figure who is trying to provoke you. Maybe you want the status quo to be maintained. Maybe you don't want anyone to undermine your authority at work. That is why you may be coming across as someone who is very rigid or inflexible. A more cooperative approach will also benefit you. Influences for this month is this positive Ace of Pentacles. The doors are open and there's a pentacle for the taking. So opportunities are going to abound in June and you have to take them. You need to make hay while the sun shines. Communication is also going to increase. You should keep to yourself. You should also be sensitive to those around you, especially your mother at home. Maybe you can also give a sound piece of advice to those who need to hear because it could do them a world of good. The first 10 days of June, I have the Queen of Swords. This is again your energy. You're going to be someone who is very professional in your approach. You're going to be business-like, focused on your work. Maybe you're also someone who's a bit detached, who's a bit aloof, standoffish. I think you don't want to explain yourself. You don't want to repeat yourself. You're definitely using your mental faculties to good effect. You're also somebody who is going to do the groundwork for the future. I think your schedule will also go for a toss, so be prepared for those unforeseen eventualities. Wages will also come in or payment is going to come in. I think your focus is also going to be on spiritual practice or spiritual matters could interest you. The next 10 days, that is 11 to 20th June, I have this Three of Swords, another swords in your reading, but this lady, she seems to be distraught. She's hiding her face from the world. I think she doesn't want to be in contact with others, or maybe there's a rift in a relationship. That is why she wants to keep to herself. Maybe you should also safeguard your health. Sometimes we don't get what we desire, but then we should also be content because the universe always has our best interests at heart. In financial matters also, I believe that you should be clear. Maybe question of principles or ethics could also arise. Other than that, I also feel that this is going to be a very hectic time. The work environment could be very oppressive. You may feel let down, but then you need to stay focused. The final days of June, I have the Six of Wands. This is talking about being in the spotlight. All eyes are going to be on you. Your popularity is also going to be on an all-time high. Again, in these final days also, you're going to be very creative. You're going to use your intelligence to your advantage. I think you will also be on the move, but try not to overlook the details. Maybe you will be commuting back and forth because you have left some papers behind at home or at the workplace. Some mistakes could also mean that you have to review the tasks at hand. Other than that, I think there will also be visitors at home. Maybe you should also forgive and forget. You will get your dues, but then maybe you also feel that your pockets aren't too deep. You will get your dues, but you also feel that your pockets aren't too deep. On account of a mistake made by a junior, you're going to face the brunt. Time could also be spent decluttering your living space because we have this card, renewing your life, declutter. It says maybe you need to let go of things which are no longer of value. You need to work on home improvements. You need more positive environment to evolve as a person. Like I said, you could be focusing on spiritual matters, so this is also going to be uppermost on your mind. Some of you could also benefit on account of a gift that you receive. Maybe it's a book that is going to give you spiritual insight. With respect to your love life, I have this card, engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. With the Queen of Cups, you're coming across as someone who is very creative, someone who has the gift of the gab, but then you're also not going to put up with unwanted attention with that Queen of Swords energy. For some of you, there's also a possibility that you may be single, you do have admirers and suitors. Librans, I think you will be the center of attention, but then maybe you fear commitment, maybe you feel that you need a more stable financial life. That is why you may put off or you may hesitate when it comes to the opposite sex or when it comes to proposals. I think your person is also going to compliment you for being intelligent. Maybe you should stay romantic rather than say something untoward. I also have this card, I miss you regardless of how things seem. Maybe there's a physical distance in a relationship. Maybe there's also a rift because of this Three of Swords. I think in case there's been a separation of some kind, this person is definitely going to yearn for you. Maybe the card Silent Treatment is also talking about the same. These dry leaves will only rustle or make a sound when the wind blows or when someone tramples upon it. That is why I think communication is the key to sustain this relationship. Try not to be too businesslike with this Queen of Swords here. Try to be more communicative and be romantic in your choice of words. Those of you who are already married or in case you are in an unhappy connection, I think again try to be careful because your words could cut like a knife. There could be some disagreements with your partner. Still, I think your partner is also going to be supportive of you when it comes to work. The prospect of a work-related romance is also there for some Librans. Someone from your past is also going to re-enter this month. From the Butterfly Oracle deck, I have this card, take the next step now. You need to take the initiative, you need to forge ahead. Maybe even if you are going to learn about spirituality, then you need to learn those lessons. Even in personal matters or in a personal relationship, I think you need to bury the hatchet. You need not let ego come in the way. Interestingly, the last card in this reading is the Teacher appears. Librans, you're also ready to learn life lessons. Like I said, spiritual growth is also likely. You may also be wanting to polish your skills professionally. So I think you need to submit or surrender to the good mentor or guide who comes in this month. We can also learn a thing or two even from our family members or even someone who is younger to us. Maybe you also need to join that educational course or professional course to enhance your skills. I hope Librans you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.